Hello. So today is the 21st of November, I think. Yeah, it is, I think. It's 10 to 7 in the morning, and I've just decided what I want to do for my Christmas video this year. So I think I'm going to do like a type of vlog style, starting from today, and then release it on Christmas Day. I'm going to do it on my phone, I think, instead of the typical camera that I do film on, and it's not going to be as clear-cut. Like, there'll probably be a lot of mistakes on it, but I wanted to give you guys something to enjoy on Christmas Day, because I think I'm going to take the Christmas week off just to do normal house stuff. But yeah, it's 10 to 7 in the morning, and I've just had a bed turn up. So basically this week my bed broke. I didn't think it was going to come until like 7 o'clock tonight, and it's already hit. That's going to be something that I need to do today. I need to get that done. I'll probably film that today, but typically what I think I'm going to do is on a Wednesday and Friday I will film the vlog style things, just because that's the days that my son goes and visits a farm. It's a bit like a respite thing. And he goes for a couple of hours on a Wednesday and a Friday. At the minute, if it changes, then we'll just adapt. But yeah, my tree's already up. Do you want to see? So, at the top of the tree is Jack Skellington in his glory. And then most of the tree is filled with handmade decorations and random Disney decorations, or things like, why do I not remember? Nightmare Before Christmas. But yeah, all these little handmade ones. These were made from salt dough, I think. Something like that. But yeah, the tree is up. My daughter did this when I went away for the weekend last week. It's looking lovely there. She did a really good job of the tree. I'm really happy with that. Oh yeah, she got my wooden spoon in there. Do you like my wooden spoon? I can't remember which one made it for me. I think it was Kane, my middle son. He's 15 now, but he's not impressed with all the handmade stuff. But yeah, I think that's what I want to do this year, because I'm not doing like a Christmas special for the floss tube for cross stitch. I'm not doing like a video every day like some people do. I'm not really doing anything special for diamond painting, so I thought, well, I'll stick them all together and just do a vlog. So I hope you enjoy this on Christmas Day, or if you're watching it after Christmas Day, I still hope you enjoy it. Yeah. So it's 7:30 and already the day isn't going to plan. The dog was sick everywhere, so I've just had to clean all that up, and it's took me half an hour. Typically I do Etsy shop orders at this time of the morning while everyone else is waking up, getting ready, because it takes them ages to get up. But yeah, that was fun. So now I'm behind on what I want to do. I probably will still do the orders next, actually, because I think I've got 3 or 4 to do. Yeah, I'm sure I have. And then today is going to be filled with schoolwork, housework, putting the bed up, and I think that's it. I'm not sure. Something else will come along, I'd imagine. So it's now like 20 to 9, which is when we start our school lessons at 9 o'clock. Chubsy is in her chair as always, sitting with us, so I'm going to get some breakfast now, because if not I'm going to forget. And then after this lesson I'm going to have about 45 minutes where I think I'm going to drag that bed upstairs. I'm by myself, I don't actually live with anybody. My partner lives on his own, so I'm going to be doing it by myself today because he's at work and he won't be over. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully it's not going to be too heavy for me, but so I might actually sit here and do some diamond painting to start with. I've got this little section here to finish off. I need to film a TikTok today as well, actually, because it's a Tuesday. I try and film TikTok on a Tuesday, so I think what I might do is finish this section off while he does his home learning, and then pull this off and record it, because I can't. It's so big. This diamond painting is huge. and I'm only on the 3rd row, so I'll have to put it on the floor to get a good video of it for TikTok today. And then tomorrow I need to do Whip Wednesday, so I will get some cross stitch done while I'm sitting here today as well, hopefully. Now, how am I going to get this up? Oh, that is not going to work. I need to move that shoe rack, I think.
I got it.
It's too heavy for you. Come on. I've lost my slipper. One bed done. The only thing I'm annoyed about is it doesn't come with an attachment for the divan. So this base and this base are separate and they're going to keep coming apart. So I think I'm going to have to, at some point, buy some connectors. I am out of breath and I've got like 10 minutes till the next lesson now. But yeah, bed's in. Means I can get all this crap sorted out in the corner. A lot of this is Christmas presents and stuff that was already under the old bed. So that's all going to need to be sorted out now. I've got all my diamond paintings that are not in boxes there. Which reminds me, God, I'm out of breath. At some point, oh, I need to go through these and put them back better. Because for some reason I've just been throwing them up there. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to go make a coffee, ready for the next lesson. So I'm trying to decide whether I think this is a little bit over the top. So this is July, no, it's not July's, it's June's gonk. And June is supposed to be pearl, but I didn't have any pearls, and I noticed that June can also be moonstone. So what I tried to do was make like a moonstone type shade, because this was all purples and greens and blues painted in together. But then I found these little pearly things that I had, but I'm not sure if I like it. I can't decide whether I like it or not. I don't know if that's too much. So it's now Wednesday morning. I didn't get to record any of my cross stitching last night because my son was having a few night terrors and didn't want to go to sleep, but I did get quite a bit of cross stitch done. I'll show you at some point. But today I need to film a video for my tutorials, and I need to do for them gonks, need to be finished. I had a delivery show up today as well. Do you want to see? We got a delivery. So yeah, that turned up yesterday, not today. I don't know why I said today. So that will probably be Monday's video. And then it's Black Friday tomorrow. Yeah, I think it is. It's sort of 5 AM tomorrow for DAC. There is a few that I want, but yeah, I'll come back when everyone's gone off to do their own thing today because my son's at the farm, so then I can talk a bit louder because it's a bit early. Okay, so it's now 11:45 and I am stressed out. I couldn't record any more this morning because certain things happened. Me and my partner ended up arguing with, well, I wouldn't say argue. There's been a backwards and forwards with emails for my son and his education and his homeschooling and everything like that. So that took me till 10:30. Then I did a recording for a cross stitch tutorial, which actually is fine, but I've been waiting for that to upload. While I've been waiting for that to upload though, I started on the gonks that I showed you yesterday that I was really not confident about, and I really hate them and I'm really annoyed. So I really don't know what to do. I'll show you Right, so we've got 3 in there, but I'll get you one that's done. He's just chilling, having a bath. Right. So I don't like the beads on top. Now I've done the resin, they have kind of disappeared and it just looks like he's got a lumpy head, if that makes sense. Like he just, I really don't like these. This has come out wonderful. It's lovely and shiny. That's the actual resin that you can see the shine on, not just the water. So even when it's dry, it'll look this shiny. These have come out perfect. I'm really happy with that. I think I'll do a bit more of these. But I think I'm going to have to do June's birthstone again and just go with the pearl, because I cannot, the problem is with me, which I know is a big problem for me. If I don't like it, I'm not going to sell it. I will sell these, but I think I'm going to do them at a reduced price and just put them up as gnomes and not birthstone gnomes, because they don't look anything like what I imagined them to. And this one I can't even sell now because he has a little hair stuck to him and some air bubbles from the resin, so he can't even be sold now. I'll probably keep him and use him for myself, because I really don't like throwing these away because they take so long to make. But we've got another 3 under there curing, so that gives me 4. So I think what I'll do is I'll just put these up for like £7 each instead of the 20 and go from there. But now that means I'm going to have to do June's again. So here's what I've come up with instead. I think I'm going to do yellow ones with like a pearl bead or something on top. But now I need to go sit down, have something to eat, because I haven't eaten yet and it's way past lunchtime. And then I will take a look and see if I can find any like rhinestone pearls or something, or beads perhaps. But these need to be baked. So this is what I did last night. Last night I worked on Daft Daddy, and I got a bit more of the surround and background done, and a little bit of the black. I am hoping to get this done as soon as possible. I don't actually know if I'm going to finish this before Christmas now, you know. I generally did think I'd have enough time to finish this. I might have to just start putting other things away and just work solely on this just to get this done. Although this part isn't very wide. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 and say about 5 grids over, so it shouldn't take too long. But then again, this has taken me quite a while, this part, and I'm not sure why, because a lot of it has gone quite quickly other than that part. And then I also did my 200 stitches on this last night. I really can't wait to move this hoop and go that way, because I'm going to do like the first row and see how it goes. And then when I get back to this part in about another billion years, I might just start filling in bigger squares, because it is a very wide cross stitch. So that one will be done again tonight as always. This one, I think I kind of want to do it again, but I've already been working on it for 2 nights, so I think I might get something else out. I think I might do Poinsettia Pixie. I did get the cross stitch patterns uploaded from Unconventional Cross Stitch. I'll put them on the screen pick quickly now, because they're not things that I'm going to be stitching anytime soon, because I don't have the floss for them. And I got an email from Royal Mail saying that some storage boxes are turning up, because I ordered some storage boxes from Hobbycraft. Hang on, let me turn you around. Yeah, I ordered some storage boxes from Hobbycraft while they've got their Black Friday sale on, because I want to organise my floss. So at the minute, my floss, let me just see if I can get it. So my spare floss is in these, and they're not big enough for me. You can see like the green one is really fat, so I don't like them. And what I'm going to do is put all of my spare floss in envelopes in the boxes. So I think I ordered 4 boxes, like decorative boxes, because they're like £4 each, and then a load of envelopes. And I'm just going to label them that way and put them probably in my craft room downstairs. But I have, thankfully, for this new bed, this bed's got drawers, and my old bed didn't. So I've now got all my cross stitch patterns under my bed, so I'll show you. Yeah, so this is the drawer under my bed, and this is going to stay as where I put my cross-stitch patterns. It keeps them off the floor downstairs, and it just keeps them in a nice neat place because I cross-stitch in bed anyway. So this drawer has actually come in real handy for these cross-stitch patterns, and they're all in their own bags anyway, so I'm happy with that at the minute. Eventually I do want to have some sort of shelf where I can put all these cross-stitch patterns, because no doubt now I'm on YouTube I'm going to be doing more starts than what I normally would have done if I wasn't recording or anything like that. So, but for now this works. So funny thing happened. I ended up with another parcel. I actually forgot that I had ordered this, so yeah, that was a nice surprise. Nice surprise. Also, I made a mistake on the Black Friday day. It's not tomorrow, it's Friday. I got my dates mixed up. Obviously. Oh, it is 4:30 in the morning. On Friday, it's Black Friday, so I've literally just opened my eyes. I'm gonna have a coffee, and then I'm gonna wait until 5 AM for Diamond Art Club's Black Friday sale. I'm not gonna go back to bed though, because I get up at 6 anyway, so I'm probably just gonna get some work done after I purchase my stuffs. Right, so I got the 5 paintings that I wanted, which is brilliant. I was a bit worried about one of them because at first I couldn't log in. Well, I could log in, but I couldn't see the new releases. And I think a lot of people had the same trouble with one certain kit, and that was the one that actually sold out quickly. It's called Under the Stairs. Let's see if I can put a picture in this vlog, actually, of that one. It was really, really popular. I did get it, thankfully, but shortly after I bought it, it sold out. I got all 5 that I wanted. At first I wanted about 6 or 7, but last night I decided that I weren't going to get that many. So now it's 6 o'clock. I've been sitting here talking to my friends online and my partner, and I went and got dressed, had another coffee. So I think it's time now that I did some jobs. The job that I did want to do, oh hang on, my alarm's going off. The job that I did want to do, I can't do because I've run out of magnets. I made 3 lots of gonks yesterday, the gnomes, for June, July and August, and I've run out of magnets. So they should turn up today, but the rest of it is done. So all the resin and everything is done. Let me show you. So here's all the gonks that I did yesterday. I kind of got my head down yesterday and did quite a bit. I do like August's one, although they are a real pain to make with the glitter on the clay like this, because this one's got a little speckle of glitter on his face, but the rest of them have come out okay. So the resin's on to make them all shiny. Also finished off the second Christmas pudding. That needed another coat of resin, so that's all done. I am happier with June's yellow ones with the pearls that I ordered. So I am a lot happier with them. And then these are July's. So July is a dark. Actually, I think I'm going to need to put more resin on him because he's looking a bit dry there. I wonder if they all look like that. No, that one doesn't. I think it is just that one at the top's going to need to be done again. But yeah, July, is it July? Yeah, July's is, I think it's ruby, but I've already done a red one for January, so I was trying to make something a little bit different, so I went with black. But yeah, I've run out of magnets for all of these, so I can't finish them off. What I might do is redo that one over there, because he's got a bit of a dry foot, and then probably take pictures of the reduced ones just to get them out of the way, because they're all the magnets and everything are on them. I used all the magnets doing them. Also last night I did Poinsettia Pixie cross stitch, and I did Lord of the Rings. I almost finished the page last night, so tonight before I record on Saturday I'm going to try and just focus on Lord of the Rings tonight and get that done instead of doing like 200 stitches and then moving on to another project. I think I'm just going to stick with Lord of the Rings. But yeah, these gonks here, They've got the magnets on, the reduced ones that I don't like. I think I might put them up for £5 each just for a quick sale, just to get rid of them. There's another August gonk here, and you can see that I haven't done anything with him because way too much glitter got onto his beard and I cannot get it off. And then, oh, I need to record today. So the 3, I got that extra box from Diamond Art Club, didn't I? Was it yesterday? Day before? Day before. Wednesday. Yeah, day before. So I think I'm going to unbox all 3 of them today. And that'll be Monday's diamond painting video. Yeah. That's what I'll do today. Because my son's at the farm today. So I think I'll get some recording done. Because sometimes it's quite noisy here with him. So I'll do that. I also want to work on my recording quality. So I ordered a microphone. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not, but it should turn up today. We'll see. But I want to make my editing better and make the sound quality better, because whenever I do unboxings, you can hear the background so much, and I don't know if it's because I need a microphone with noise cancellation so you can hear me speaking and not the things going on around me. But the actual, because I don't record on my phone usually, I usually record on a proper camera, and for some reason it picks up everything, so the rustling of the packets and everything is way too much. So I've ordered a microphone, that might turn up today, so I might test that out. I was tempted to do some more gonks today, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I just really want to get them all out before Christmas. So we'll see. So this is Poinsettia Pixie. This is what I was stitching on last night. I've started, this is like the top of the pattern. The fabric's folded in half and I'm just doing the black on this one. So this is the top of her hair and I'm now getting into the flower in her hair. There's a giant old flower here, then her eyes come down here. And then you've got obviously the rest of the pattern there. I can't remember how many stitches I did on this last night, but I think it was quite a bit. Yeah, I'm enjoying just stitching the black on this. I think it's a really nice change to all the other confetti heavy full coverage ones that I am doing at the minute. This is a full coverage, but I'm doing the black to start with. And this is what else I stitched on last night. I'm actually going to stitch more than 200 on this tonight and finish off this piece here. There is a thread that is poking out here and it's actually really bugging me. Yeah, it actually looks better in person than it does on camera right now. In person it looks a lot better. The only thing I don't like is the confetti in here. I think it's a bit much, but once this picture, let me show you how big this actual fabric is. So if you are, because we're just focusing on that top corner, if you were looking at it like that, see, now you're not going to notice it as much, are you? So I think I'm going to stick with what I'm doing, just because I think if I don't, that is going to poke out and you're going to tell the difference in the thickness of the stitches. But it also doesn't help that I'm using CXC thread because it is thicker than DMC anyway. But tonight I'm going to finish this because I need to film floss tube tomorrow and I really want to move this hoop. We're going to go all the way along. Okay, so it's now Sunday. And yesterday I had quite a chill day, to be honest. I didn't really do that much, but today I've got 13 orders to do. Kind of want to go see my nan, and I'll probably just do some housework. But yesterday I had a cross stitch turn up from a lovely lady called Tracy. If you've watched any of my other videos, she sent me a diamond painting before. Which made me really emotional. But anyway, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, we spoke and she was putting in her first order for her first ever cross stitch with Oraloa, and she offered to pick me one up and then I pay her when it's here, because the postage is quite expensive for the UK. And it ended up, because the cross stitch kit was on sale, it ended up working out more for postage than the actual cross stitch. So she made an order, and then I was going to pay her when it arrived for her to post it. Anyway, she posted it to me yesterday, and now she's telling me that she doesn't want anything for it and it's a gift. So I'm going to make her a cover minder, I think, as a thank you. I'll make her a handmade clay cover minder, but I'm just trying to think of ideas of what to make her. But I'll show you the cross stitch that she gave me. So here it is. It's Zen is the name of it, and it is a 14 count one. So I had, obviously, naturally, I had to have a little go on it last night. That's all I got done last night, but I've actually decided not to stitch the white. So all of that green is white. You see here, it's like she's got like a white background around her, like a circle, and I'm not going to stitch that because once I wash this is going to be white anyway, so I think that'll save me a bit of time. It's actually not going to take that long, I don't think, compared to the other stamped cross stitch that I have. There's a lot of blocking colours, which this is actually perfect for a beginner, so I'm glad that she picked herself one up. I think she picked this and a cat cross stitch for herself, but I know she said she was working on this one first, so this should be ideal for her to learn how to cross stitch. I also moved the hoop on Lord of the Rings, so I'll show you that. So the hoop has been moved, but not much has been worked on. This is what I did last night. I think I did about 98 stitches. Weren't much at all. I didn't even worry about getting the 200 because my partner came over, so while I was waiting for him to get his train home and my son had been put in bed, I did these 98, and then I went and made his tea and had a bath, and then we watched Harry Potter 6, I think it was 6, Half-Blood Prince. And that's quite a long movie, so I didn't do any of that last night. But the reason why I weren't too fussed about stitching last night is because I'd done some on that cross stitch, stamped cross stitch, and I'd done this before bedtime, so I weren't too fussed. So I also got some diamond painting done yesterday. I did a section and a half, I think. So yeah, it was a pretty relaxed day yesterday. It's not often that I don't do anything on the weekends, but I thought, do you know what, I just weren't really feeling like doing any major work yesterday. I did edit 2 videos, and that takes a long time anyway, so they're ready for tomorrow, for Monday's videos. Actually no, I recorded a video yesterday as well, because I recorded my floss tube, so I guess I did do stuff yesterday. Just to me, it feels like I didn't do a lot. I think I always find myself feeling guilty when I don't feel like I've done a lot that day. But this morning, I ordered another kit, another diamond painting kit off of Dreamers. They had a kit called Supernova. Let me stick a picture. It's huge. I actually nearly bought their bigger diamond painting that was 180 centimetres wide. And that because they had a buy one, get one 70% off for Black Friday. But I was looking at them last night because my son woke up at like midnight and wouldn't settle. So I went back in his room to sit with him, and I was looking, this is what always happens to me, I was looking online and I had a look at Dreamers because I didn't shop there on Black Friday, on the actual Friday. So I had a look at their sale, and everything was buy one, get one 70% off. Now these kits aren't new, but I'd never seen them before. I never saw the release when it came out. I don't know if it's because they sold out straight away and they've only just restocked them, or I just didn't pay attention. But the Supernova one that I've bought in the end, because I put them in my basket last night and then I left it, spoke to my friend Anne this morning, and she weren't much help. She was like, yeah, but they're really nice. I was hoping she'd put me off, but she didn't. And then in the end I thought, you know what, I don't need 2 giant pictures. I will get overwhelmed, and I know I will, with the 180 centimetre wide landscape. So I got rid of that one and just picked Supernova. I had some points, so I ordered that, and I think I'm going to use that as like a rainy day kit and something to use on whipping chats for diamond painting in the future. It's so colourful, so it'll be a lovely thing to keep coming backwards and forwards to. It's just usually I'm a monogamous diamond painter. I only usually do 1 diamond painting at a time, but for the sheer size of that one, I'm going to have to put it away. And I also ordered 2 cross-stitch kits yesterday. I'm terrible. And I think it was because I weren't doing much yesterday, so I was kind of looking on my phone, shopping. but they're beautiful. One's a bulldog, a French bulldog for Chubbs, and the other one was a tiny little mouse with a Christmas tree. So I showed Anne that, and she was like, oh, is that any good for a beginner? Because she wanted to stitch it. And I said, don't worry, I will stitch it for you. So I'm going to stitch that for her. It wouldn't have been any good for her as a beginner because I had a lot of backstitch. I'll see if I can put a little picture. But when they turn up from Hobby Jobby, because they had 70% off as well. I think the little mouse only cost me £11 and the bulldog cost me £19. But the bulldog comes with a frame. So it's Cyber Monday and it's like 10 to 7 in the morning. I'm sitting here trying to decide what kits I actually want from Diamond Art Club, because they released another 25 last night. Well, for me it was last night, but for them it was during the day. And they're also doing 25 restocks as well, which I actually have no idea what them restocks are going to be. But there is four kits that have released overnight that I want. I tell you what, this Black Friday and Cyber Monday is probably the only one where I've actually really wanted things. I mean, I've been diamond painting now. This is the 4th or 5th Black Friday I've done since I started diamond painting. And every year, there's never usually anything that I like. There's typically like one that I'll get, one or two. And then that'll be it, and I never really bothered looking at Cyber Monday before. But this year it all seems to be artworks that I like. And for Cyber Monday they've brought out an artist that's new to them but not new to me, Margaret Morales. I have a cross stitch that I bought recently, I will put it here, of her work, and that's where I found her, on Heaven and Earth Designs, a long time ago now. And because of that reason, I know from experience that if an artist is with a cross-stitch company like Heaven and Earth Designs and they release the same pictures in diamond painting form, it's highly unlikely that it won't stay for very long, because the companies don't like to have the same picture out. It could be a case of the images that come out with Diamond Art Club will never be in cross-stitch form and vice versa. But if it is, it means it's going to be limited and it's going to go. And then if I try and get it second hand, it's going to go up in a ridiculous price, which I refuse to pay for diamond paintings. So I have a decision to make whether I want to buy all three or whether I want to get two. There's two that I definitely want. And then there's another diamond painting that I want from a completely different, new to me artist who is very similar to anime style art, which I obviously really like. And I mean, I bought 5 for Black Friday, so it is going to be difficult. And I think what I'm going to do, it starts at 8 o'clock and it's now 10 to 7. So what I'm going to do is just put them all in my basket, see what the discount is, because the Black Friday discount was 30% off, which was really good, and that was the reason why I bought all 5 that I wanted, and go from there. I think if it's not a very good discount and it comes to too much money, then I think I'm going to have a decision to make. And I think, see, I want to just pick 2. If there's no good discount, I want to just pick 2, because then I go over the free shipping threshold. But yeah, I honestly don't know. In other things, it's a new week, so last week I did cover minders, which you would have seen, and now this week I will do solely putty. So I will be testing a new scent this week at some point and focusing on restocks. I like to alternate things that I do, because before I was doing bits and pieces all over the place and there was no real routine and things weren't getting done properly. So now I've split it between 1 week I do cover minders, 1 week I do putty, and I'll do the putty from Monday to Friday, and then at the weekend I will do some artwork. I actually have been working on a picture for the last couple of weeks now, because I just don't get the time to do it. I wish I could finish it in one day, but I will try and finish that this Saturday coming. So I will get back to you when I figure out what I am doing for this Cyber Monday. It's never been so hard for me to buy something before, and I am aware that I have bought a lot. I mean, I'm not putting myself out. I have the finance. I have the funds available to me, and my Christmas presents are done. You know, all my bills are paid, but I just don't like spending this much money at once, and I think that's why I'm on the fence about getting them, because I am the type of person that doesn't like to spend money here, there and everywhere. Sometimes I have an impulse buy, which I seem to be doing a lot lately, and I don't know if it's because I am on YouTube and subconsciously I want to show things on YouTube, but at the same time I also don't need to buy so much stuff. So we'll see. I keep talking myself out of it and then talking myself back into it, so we'll see. Okay, so I just made my order with Diamond Art Club and I bought 3 in the end. The Cyber Monday voucher or code thing was 25% off, but it didn't actually work for me. I don't know what happened. It kept trying to come up as the Black Friday one, and the Black Friday one wasn't working, obviously, because they'd cancelled it. I think what they'd done is, because the Black Friday code ended as the Cyber Monday one started, it just messed up. So in the end, I just used my points. I had $100 off in a coupon code anyway, so I just used that, and that come to about £80 off for me, like UK money. So I just used that and I bought the 3 that I wanted. I left one because I've got one similar already. It was I'll put a picture here so you can see. I've actually already got one. Let me show you. It reminded me a lot of this one, so I thought, well, I don't really need another one similar, so I just picked up the other 3 that I wanted. So yeah, it's now going to be time for lessons and to get on with my day. I'll do my diamond paint and putty later. I've got to do a custom one for a giveaway that we done on one of the Facebook groups for reaching 2,000 members. Somebody won a custom one off me, so that needs doing today, and I need a load of free samples because I've ran out, so I don't want to post my orders that I've got to do today without the free samples. So that's what I'll be doing first. I have bought a tripod, and it has like a ring light and a place for my camera to sit in the middle of the ring light, and it's like a huge tripod that's flexible, and it also has a huge ring light on. I bought that in the Black Friday sale on Amazon because the microphone that I ordered was rubbish, so I'm going to send that back and I'll just keep looking for another one. I think I'm going to have to buy something that's a bit more pricey for a microphone. So I went with the tripod this month, and I think next month or in the January sales I'll see if I can find a decent microphone, because on the unboxing videos I don't like, as I've already said, I don't like the rustling, so it needs to be something with a good noise cancellation. But yeah, I'm just trying to find things that I can invest into that would be worth it. I don't want to buy things that are cheap and rubbish and don't last very long, so fingers crossed this tripod is good, because I really need some lighting, especially in the winter, for both videos, cross stitch and diamond painting really, so fingers crossed. So it is now 8 PM and I've just put my son in his room. I've got my other son shouting at his games in the other room, so I just thought I would come and do a bit of stitching. My son likes it, my youngest son likes it when I'm upstairs with him while he's in his room trying to sleep, so I thought I'd just come and do a bit of stitching on this. I haven't actually started yet. Oh no, I did like 3 stitches before I started. I'm going to watch some YouTube. I've got to find a video. And then I think I'm going to work on Darth Daddy after I've got my 200 stitches done on this. And then probably get an early night because I'm not actually feeling too good. I think I'm coming down with some sort of head cold or something. I really don't feel that great today. So I finished my stitching for the night. I didn't actually do 200. I did 189. But I want to get some more work done on this. So yesterday I started filling in layer. Got a few tiny ones here to do, and then this is the end of that page, so I'm going to try and fill in layer tonight, get these little bits done, and then I've only got to worry about this bit. So it's now Tuesday the 28th of November. I didn't get as much stitching done on this as I wanted to last night. I think I did about 200 stitches. Not too sure how I feel about the black at the minute on this. It's 25 count, 2 strands half stitch, but you can see some gapping. So it's okay on the lines, the black lines, they don't look too bad. Obviously up there looks a bit spaced, but I'm not sure how I feel about her being such a black, like bold black, where you can see the white. I might go over a few bits again, not too sure yet, but instead of using my stamped kit while we homeschool today, I think I'm going to get a bit of this done. So here's my messy setup at the minute. I've got about 15 minutes before I start another lesson. I got layer done in the lesson, and while I was waiting for the next one to start, I got some putty done. I just need to do the labels and stuff. That's a restock of lemon meringue, so I'll keep it in that pile. Then I'll do another one. Hopefully I want to get one more restock done. Chubsy is snoring away. But yeah, I want to get one more restock done, and then I'll do all the labels at the same time. But I'm really happy that I managed to finish that. Now when it's like this, you can't see the gaps, can you? Well, maybe just here, but from far away it doesn't actually look that bad. So I don't really know what I'm going to do about it. I might go over it, because as you get closer and closer you can see that there is some like spaces peeking through, like the top of there. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so I've got half an hour until the last lesson. I decided to not do another restock and actually get some lunch and eat, so I've got a little bit of time left over, but half an hour is not long enough for putty. I thought I would come and sort this cupboard out of mine. Somehow I've got to get 9 more. Let me just move back a bit. I've got to get off my ladder. But yeah, this is where I keep my diamond paintings. And somehow I've got to get another 9 in there from Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I think I might just have a quick look through them and see if there's any that I want to de-stash, because I think I'm going to struggle to get 9 in here, and that's a sign for me to stop buying. I won't buy any more until some of this stash has gone down now, because like when this cupboard is full, that's my sign to be like, you know, you've got too many now. So it's either de-stash or get through them before I buy anything else. I found one without a box. This is my Snape diamond painting that I think I used the box to sell something else for. I'm actually going to put him down here because I actually have some more of the non-licensed ones that I've never got around to doing. Some Pokemon ones. There's another Pokemon one. There's a frog. I think there's 2 frogs in there, but I'm going to stick him in there instead of in that cupboard, I think. There's already one that I'm quite happy to get rid of, but yeah, let's keep looking. So far I've found one that I think I would quite happily get rid of. This one is an Oraloa. What is it? It's around 50 by 76. I think I can get rid of that one. One good thing about having a look in my stash is I can figure out what I'm going to do next for our January event on Stash Busters, which is going to be cartoony, lots of colours, etc. The one I'm doing at the minute is a massive square, and it's really dark colours. So this event's going to be perfect for something complete opposite. I don't know whether I want to do Aphrodite by Trissabug, or whether I want to do Hold the Line by Puffygator. Both rounds, both colourfuls, but I think these two are going to be the ones that I decide from. I was going to maybe do Daylight because it's tiny, but I didn't realise she was a round. I thought she was a square, so I was just going to put her away, but I actually am leaning more towards this one, although I've never done a Distracted by Diamonds before. So this would be my first ever kit from them. So I'm not sure. I think I'll ask somebody help me decide. I think they're the longest ones that I have, is them three at the bottom. They're all Harry Potter. That's Newton Niffler. That's the second one is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and then the third one is the gift I got from Amanda. The one above that is another gift present, so that's staying from Tracy, and that one is the Hogwarts crest. So they can go right to the back. I've made sure that all the stickers are on this side, so if I lean in I can see from that end what these are, but now I've got to get the rest in. So that's now 2 rows deep. I've just started on the third one. I won't get any more than that in there. Like the third row is the amount that I can do. Got a couple more to get back in there. Right, so thankfully I've managed to fit them all in. That's the third row. That purple one there is the top of the third row. So I reckon I can get them 9 in that are coming. I've took 2 out. So I've taken out, let me just move my address, the Oraloa that I said, and this one by Diamond Painting Fanatics. I think those 2 can go, because I literally looked at all of these and I was like, nope, keeping, nope, keeping. I'm not getting rid of any of my Charissabugs or my Puffygators or my Harry Potters, and that is pretty much all I've got, other than random things like the tree frogs, which I'm keeping, so they're all staying, and I'm just going to have to be careful with my spending. I mean, that cupboard really could do with a paint, but all I stick in there is my boxes, so yeah. Yeah, I wanted to show you a card. It's now Thursday, and is it 2 days ago I received this card. It's a diamond painting Christmas card. Isn't that cute? But there is a reason for this card. I shouldn't have got it. We shouldn't have had to have messed about and spoke to each other, but there was a lady that reached out to me, so I'm gonna have to tell you the whole story. But the diamond painting that I was destashing in the clips before this one, in the brown box, the dragon, that's actually from Diamond Painting Fanatics, and when I first unboxed it, it looked great. I was really happy with it, and then I went to use it for my 24-hour diamond painting challenge, and the drills were wrong. So that was in September. We're now in November. Okay, so that's the first ever diamond painting I've ever bought from them. I actually did at one point work with Diamond Painting Fanatics. We were collaborating for my diamond painting putty. She used to stock it in her website, but she no longer does. I weren't going to say anything because I didn't really want to sound like I was saying anything bad about the company, but it frustrated me so much that I feel like I do have to have a bit of a moan somewhere. I know not many people are going to watch this vlog anyway, so this is probably the best place to do it. And I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, so I just wasn't going to say anything. But there was a lady that watched my 24-hour diamond painting challenge, and she reached out to me. Now, she has bought from me before. I know the lady roughly, so we don't talk all the time or anything like that, but she does order from me off Etsy, and she is in the Facebook groups that I run. So she knows who I am, and she messaged me and she said, I think I've got your missing drills. I have the other dragon, because there's 2 on Diamond Painting Fanatics website. So she had the other one, and my drills were in her kit, and her drills were in my kit. So we decided to swap. She'd also said the same thing, that she contacted Diamond Painting Fanatics and hadn't heard anything. Now, this is why I said I'm annoyed, because I don't mind when things like this go wrong, drills get mixed up, that's fine. But that was in September, and She reached out to me first after seeing the video. I said to her, yes, they're wrong. Can you send replacement ones? She said, yep, I'm on it. So I left it. In October time, I got back to her saying, have you heard anything about these drills? Do you know when they're coming? There's a bit of dust floating about. Do you know when they're coming? Actually, I think it's fluff off this jumper. But no reply. So I left it again until November. No reply. So she completely ignored every single message that I sent her. In the end, I think it was actually last week. It wasn't that long before this lady contacted me, but before that, I then messaged her and said, look, I'm really not happy with the customer service. I want a full refund, effectively. This isn't on. I'm not happy, and I want a refund. Can I send this back to you, basically? To that, no reply. And then the lady that had the drills messaged me. So we took it upon ourselves to swap drills. So I have the drills now, but I don't want to do the diamond painting because I'm so annoyed. And it's got nothing to do with me and her collaborating at all. It's upset me more that it's not just me. Because at first I thought perhaps, because the way the collaboration ended we didn't argue or anything like that. Nothing went wrong. There was a break where I stopped sending her putty because she'd bought DIY Moon Shop and she was really, really busy at the time. So I said, you know what, because her communication was quite bad then, I said, you get on with what you're doing, you get this new venture sorted out, then come back to me when you're ready to start stocking my putty again. After that video with the drills not being in the kit for the 24-hour one, she then contacted me and said, we need to talk about putty, because she said, yeah, we'll sort the drills. And then the next message was straight on about the putty, wasn't interested in the drills at all. And she said, how do you feel about free samples? But in that message, at any point, there was no like laid out plan of what she wanted me to do with the putty, how many she expected per week or per month. It was just, do you fancy giving out free samples? So I then replied and said, look, since the last time that me and you collaborated, a lot's changed. I now homeschool. I don't have the time to just, you send me how many you want and then I get on it and make them. Because before it was kind of a bit hit and miss whether how many she wanted each week and if she wanted some that week. So I would make it in advance, waiting for her to contact me. And then the last time, obviously, she didn't contact me. And then she said that she took over my DIY Moon Shop. So I was left with a load of overstock because I don't like making too much for myself, because I know how much I sell on average in a week, and I don't want to make too much and have stuff sitting there, if that makes sense. I'd rather focus on the ones that are sold out, which is what I do in the Etsy shop. So I then replied to her with a big long message and said, unfortunately, I'm going to have to change the way I work because I'm homeschooling now. My time is a lot more precious to me. You're going to have to pay me in advance and tell me how many you want, instead of just saying, yeah, I want 30 this week and then nothing, and then not replying to me next week, because I can't do that. I can't turn around 30 centre putties in 2 days notice, ready for her release on the Monday, because she usually goes live on a Monday. I can't do that. So I said, you know, pay me in advance, tell me how much you want, pay me in advance, I'll then do it, but I need a week's notice at the same time. So I need a week for you to give me the money, tell me what you want, and then I'll post it out, because obviously I pay for all the postage and everything, make sure it's signed and tracked, but I can't do it with just her word, if that made sense. So I got no reply from that, and I said, unfortunately, I can't do free samples because I just don't have enough. I give free samples out to my customers on Etsy. I don't have enough. That I'd lose money if I started sending her 30 free samples plus giving out free samples for myself. So I said that, and then I got no reply. So to me, in my head, she wasn't interested, so I left it. There was no argument, there was no issue there at all. I just assumed that we'd gone our separate ways, and then when the next time I checked her website, she had somebody else's putty on there. So that's completely fine. That has nothing to do with these drills at all. So I just thought I'd let you know that was how our collab ended. We didn't argue or anything. It was just the communication it wasn't good.
So I laid out what I wanted, and she never replied back with any sort of compromise or anything like that. She just left it. So I was like, okay, well, clearly we're not going to collaborate anymore. That's fine, because I do have enough customers on my Etsy store anyway. I don't really need to worry about collaborating with anybody. If anything, it's more stressful for me at the minute with my son at home. So I left that, and then I weren't sure if she was being funny with me with the drills, if she was just ignoring me because I'd said, you know, I need a week in advance and such, and I thought that might be why she was ignoring me with the drills. But it turned out obviously other people have been ignored. So it's really put a downer on that kit, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to buy anything else from her store. I don't want to promote Diamond Painting Fanatics in any way, so you probably won't ever see anything on my YouTube, just because I really hate bad customer service. And she said, you know, my messages got thrown down to the bottom. But what about everybody else? What about her normal customers? What about the new customers that she has to her shop? I just don't like the way they operate. I honestly think that she's took on too much, and I understand that she's a very busy lady, but all she had to do was reply to me and just say, I'm really sorry, I will get these drills out as fast as possible. And if they hadn't come out within 2 weeks, you should have just sent me another message saying, sorry, these drills are taking a bit longer than expected. It takes 2 seconds to go through your emails and contact customers that are waiting. I would never do that. And I know she probably gets more sales than me, and I know it's easier said than done. But I think if you take too much on and you can't handle it, there needs to be a point where you step back. Because at one point, one of these customers are just going to walk away. I've been left quite annoyed as a customer, not as a friend or anything like that, because I don't talk to her outside of, didn't talk to her outside of the collaboration anyway, so I'm not a close friend of hers. But as a customer, I will not shop there again, because that's just not acceptable to me. So yeah, that's my rant over. Yeah, but the lovely lady that gave me the drills, bless her, she sent me a lovely card, and she said, I'm really glad that we got these drills sorted. I mean, if she didn't know me and I wasn't on YouTube, we'd both be waiting for the drills still. Because Cindy then messaged at the end of it. She finally got back to me. That's what I forgot to say. She finally got back to me this week, and she said, I hear that you've sorted the drills. That's great. Yeah, because we did it ourselves. That's not good customer service, is it? She said, I heard you sorted the drills out. Give me a bell after Christmas and I'll send you a free diamond painting for your inconvenience or whatever as a sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to contact her. I don't want the diamond painting. All I wanted was a refund, and now I'm going to have to sell this kit. And it's unnecessary, and it's wound me up. But I have no hard feelings against Cindy. It's just wound me up that that's not the way to handle things. We've also had another incident with the pen maker that was sponsoring the Facebook group. He had an unhappy customer, and I won't mention the group name because he'll be gone by the time you see this. We've already took him out of the group, but he sponsored the 2000 giveaway, members giveaway, and somebody bought one of his new pens. She wasn't happy with it. She didn't like the feel of it. She asked for a refund, and he said, send it back to me and I'll give you 50% refund. That's not good enough either. I'm sorry, but if you give someone, if someone's not happy and they haven't damaged the item, let them send it back. Like, you are going to give yourself more negative feedback, because this lady is obviously really upset. It wasn't a cheap pen. She's upset. She then put the comment in the main group, so then everybody else saw that she was upset, so it's just looked really bad for him. He then decided to leave the Facebook group. We didn't remove him, he decided to leave, so that means that he's not interested in compromising with this lady. Not going to give her a full refund. He could have just given her another pen. He could have just said, you know, bring that one back, I'll give you a different pen. Problem sorted. I don't understand why people make customer service so difficult.
So it is Saturday, the 2nd of December. It's in about evening time now, and I have been spending most of my day stitching this little mouse. I showed it on my floss tube today that's going up Monday, actually, if you've seen any of my floss tubes, but I'll show you it now, show you what I've been getting done. I seem to not be able to speak again. I am now working on his little hat. So I think you can see the glitter in the fabric a bit better now. But when I tried to do my floss tube, I couldn't show it. There you go. You can see the glitter now. Yeah, I've been working on his little face, a little bit of the tree, and his little hat. Just finished watching a movie. I'm actually by myself today for a few hours, and everyone in the house is getting sick. It's really foggy outside. It tried to snow last night. Some of my Christmas presents that I've ordered turned up today, and I really need to get started on wrapping and everything. My son this week told me, my younger son that I homeschool, he's told me that he doesn't want to go back to the farm anymore. So I don't know if he's going to change his mind on that or not. If he doesn't, that means there's going to be less free time for me. And it'll be a real shame if he doesn't go back because of the social side of it. Because for the rest of the week, he's just sitting homeschooling with me. But other than that, what else has happened since I last spoke to you? Oh, I did a new putty release this week. And that means next week is now going to be cover minders again. So I need to do September, October, November, December's. And I'm going to try and get them done all this week because I want to just get them done and go on to other things. I've got so many other ideas to do with clay. But the gonks have been like the priority. So I'm really hoping to get them done. And I think I'm just going to sit here now until dinner time and keep going with this little mouse. And then I might do some drawing. I might come back and show you how far I've got with this drawing that I'm doing at the minute. It's a woman with ivy around her body, but I need to finish the ivy and then I need to do some sort of background, because if I want to make it into a cross stitch pattern at the minute, the background's just blank. So I don't know if I want it to be a full coverage or like a sampler type thing where there's no black background and it's just her. But I've been working on that for like 2 weeks now. I really need to get a move on. But yeah, I'll show you that when I pull it out. So I'm doing some of my drawing at the minute. I'm doing all of her vines. This is the one where I said about putting some sort of, I don't know if it's going to focus for you, putting some sort of background on it, but I'm not sure what type of background to do. I was thinking maybe moving her down. Obviously, because she's got no legs. When it's finished, I'm going to move her down to the bottom of the picture, and then I don't know what to do around. Might as well use the actual pen. Don't know what to do around here. I'm a bit stuck at the minute. Why does that keep going blurry? But yeah, I'm just filling in these vines. That's what's been taking me weeks and weeks and weeks, is all of these little vines. And then I kind of want to do some sort of shadow on them as well to make it look a bit more realistic instead of it looking a bit flat on the body. But it's getting there. It's getting there. I do like it. So it's now Sunday and I'm even worse now. I feel really ill. When I got dressed this morning though, you've seen my wardrobe before. Let me show you. Right, so you see that wardrobe doesn't have a door, yeah? There's a reason why it doesn't have a door. I took it off last year. So yeah, it doesn't have a door because this house is really old and it suffers with mould. And was it last year or the year before? It must have been the year before, actually. The first year I moved in here, I put my Christmas presents in that wardrobe, right? And when I went to put them under the tree, because I bought my Christmas presents quite early, I realised that there was mould in the wardrobe. So I ended up ripping the doors off to stop mould building up in there.
Anyway, I went to put a jumper on this morning and the jumper was wet. So I was really annoyed. So I've just bought a dehumidifier for this room. I actually already have dehumidifiers in the house. I have one in the hallway up here, and then I have another one in the hallway downstairs, because this house is so old that it's an absolute nightmare. It's always cold in this house as well, even with the heating on all day. I think the heating's literally been on all day today, and it's still cold, still drafty. It's just horrible. The windows are always wet. This one behind me is the worst one. So definitely need a dehumidifier in here. I've bought one like I've got out there, where it's a plug-in one, because I've had them disposable ones before and I go through so many of them. But today I did absolutely nothing. I did stuff, but I sat down and done it. So I did quite a bit of cross stitch, which I'll show you. And I also finished my picture, my woman, I called her Beautiful Ivy, so I'll show you those. So this is what Beautiful Ivy looks like. I'm really happy with her. Need to put her through the computer and make a cross stitch pattern out of her. Yeah, I think putting the green foliage in the back was a good idea. Brought the body down, made it slightly bigger. Yeah, I am pretty pleased with how that worked, how that's come out actually. So yes, excuse the sniffling. And then I worked a bit more on the mouse. Isn't it coming out lovely? So the hat is all done. That side, like, I'm doing a page at a time, so this is page 1. I started in the middle, so I've done the mouse, and then there's a bit more of the tree. There should be a star up here, and then I'll move on to the next page. But I'm really, really happy with him. He did take me a long time today, though. That's literally all I've been doing today, is stitching him. But because it's on a paper pattern and it's full crosses, it's gonna take a while. Now I've actually got the pattern here. That's what he will look like. Surprisingly, that tree took me quite a while. There's actually an awful lot of green, different shades of green in that tree. So hopefully, once I've got page 1 and 2 done, the body part won't take so long. I'm hoping anyway. But we'll see. I want to get this done as soon as possible, but it has been nice to do something a bit different other than full coverage. But I'm now going to actually get my Lord of the Rings out and put some TV on and hopefully get an early night. So it's 7 o'clock in the morning on Monday the 4th of this, Monday the 4th of December. I sound awful. I had an awful night's sleep. I ended up getting out of bed at 4 AM. I couldn't sleep. I felt like every time I laid down, I was not breathing, if that makes sense. So I'd lay down and then like 30 seconds later, I felt like I was gasping for air. So I ended up stealing one of my son's pillows that is it's like a giant Kirby. And I used that to sit myself up. So I tried sleeping while I was upright, and that just didn't work. And then he ended up coming in the room, so I felt really bad being in the room with him because I really don't want to get him sick. We've got school to do today. I'm supposed to be doing cover minders, the Gonka cover minders. I am not doing them, which means I'm not going to hit my deadline to get them all done before Christmas, because I've still got September, October, November and December's to do, and it's the 4th of December, so they're not going to get done. My Black Friday order should come today, but I don't know if I'm going to be well enough to do it. I can't barely speak, so I'm hoping that my voice is going to get a little bit better as the day goes on, and I will just film that, and that will be all I do today. Film that and just keep the house going, because if you're a mum, you know that even when you're ill, there's still things that need to be done. So that's literally all I'm going to do today, is do the homeschooling. Hopefully, I really want to record it because I really want to see the kits. So fingers crossed I can do that, and then hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow, because I feel awful today. So it's now Wednesday, the 5th
6th of December? I can't remember. While I've been sick, I can actually talk a bit better today, but while I've been sick, I have started, well, I haven't started, but I've been working on this mouse. I finished the tree yesterday, and I also decided to do the back stitch on the little star. You can't see it very well at the minute because it's in the hoop, but basically the last piece on this page is to come down and do his little tail. So I'm going to try and get that done today. I'm not sure if I'll finish it though. I have actually got my son sick, like I was worried about. He's not well, so whether we do homeschooling or not today, I don't know. If we don't, I will probably just have a go at this, try and get this page done and sit with him. But I also started Prefect's Bathroom yesterday. I said I was going to start it this week, and I've been a bit behind because I haven't done that much cross-stitching because I've been so unwell. But I did 400 stitches yesterday because he wasn't very well yesterday as well, and we didn't do any homeschooling, so I sat in bed with him and did about 400 stitches of black on Prefect's Bathroom. So I might try and get this done today and then worry about Prefect's Bathroom maybe at night time perhaps. But I've also almost done the Daft Daddy page, so I'm kind of contemplating whether I want to do Daft Daddy page or Prefect's Bathroom. I had a little go yesterday on my diamond painting. I managed to finish that row because up here was just black, so this section here I did, I think I did 2 sections yesterday because this was just black and blue, and then this last section here was all black. So I thought, right, I'll get that done because I needed to take a TikTok video, so that's done. And then I also managed to get some of this done as well because, as I said, we weren't homeschooling, and I was just trying to get as much done as I can. I'm really behind on this. I'm usually quite quick at diamond painting, but I've been so slow lately, and I think it's just because I prefer to cross-stitch more at the minute. I tend to flip back and forwards between cross-stitch and diamond painting anyway, and I tend to cross-stitch more in the winter time, I've noticed, than I do diamond paint. So I'll diamond paint more in the summer, I'd imagine. But yeah, I'm getting there. I'll see what I can get done today, see how my son is. He's still asleep at the minute. Finished page 1. It's still Wednesday, but I thought I would show you what I've done. So I've done a teeny weeny bit of back stitching here. My hands are freezing today. They're going a funny colour. Obviously I did the back stitching there. Tiny little bit in his ear. I haven't done the eye yet because I've got to do the other part, but I did his tail, and that's all that was on the first page. But I wanted to get the tail in the right position, so I thought better not wait. Yeah, I'm really happy with it so far. Can't wait to see the rest of his face. So yesterday I filmed my first stitch with me. It's now the 10th of December, and I used this new Lowry stand that I bought. I always said I would never buy one of these because typically I wouldn't use them, but for recording this thing is brilliant. It does tend to topple over if you have this bar extended too far out and nothing on the base. The best thing to do with one of these type of stands is to weigh the base down, even though it is like solid steel. But I was using it yesterday off camera as well to fill in a bit more of this butterfly. This is Zen, and I found one of these big old clips, but I'm actually now going to go and sit down and look for some accessories because I just saw a fellow YouTuber unbox a load of accessories from VIP Cross Stitch, I think, and they were an awful lot cheaper than where I was going to buy them from because I wanted to buy some of them rubber clips to hold the excess fabric, and I want like a little needle box to hold my spare needles. But yeah, I really like this stand, and I really enjoyed doing the stitch with me yesterday, but I do need to find some way of getting a better sound quality, and I think I should record on the other side of me yesterday because I was recording from this side and when I use a stand, I'm using my left hand, so my left hand was always in the way. But if I record from this angle, you will be able to see it a bit more because I put my dominant hand underneath. Yeah, I did really enjoy that, but I just need to get a little bit better at it. Still need to find a good microphone as well. Not cross stitch, diamond painting wise, haven't done much at all. Not much at all. Can't remember where it was when I last showed you. I think it was like here somewhere. But yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow I'm going to be back to normal because tomorrow is Monday and that means putty this week. So if I can start restocking putty, I'm still ill, which is annoying me. It's really bugging me that I'm still ill as well. So I'm hoping this week's going to get back to normal and then maybe I'll have a bit more to show. I'm not too sure right now. I got one more diamond painting to film. I've done Cyber Mondays and Black Fridays orders. This is from Dreamers Designs and it's huge. So at some point this week I need to film that one, and then there probably won't be any diamond painting videos from me for a while because I'm not buying anymore. Unless it's a whip and chat, which is what this one is for. I've got an idea to do just whip and chats with this. So every time I do a whip and chat will be the only time that I work on that. But I'll show you it when I get it out of the box. It is massive. It's like 120 centimetres. So it's still Sunday, and I think I want to clean this room, have a bit more organised area, because I've got stuff all over the place. Kind of want to clean this area up mostly, and then maybe organise this. This is where all my products go that are done, but it's just a mess in here. Ow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have an organise and clean up this area. Alright, so I think for now I'm happy with this. I've cleaned up the windowsill, completely emptied this corner desk because I think I want to use this desk for recording my floss tubes and stitch with me's, because I want it to come from the tripod to come from the right hand side, so I can sit here and tripod could be next to me. There's plugs down there. At some point this old chair needs to go, and I'm going to put a great big storage thing here similar to this one, I think. So all the boxes are off the floor, all been labelled to the sideways. That's all my Etsy stuff that's like physical stuff. I am risking it a bit, leaving my bag of rice, my bowl of rice there. I use rice for levelling out the cover minders, but for now all my Etsy stuff's that side. Tripod and that's on the floor there because I have no idea where to put that. And also if I get a shelf, that means I can put all my paperwork on the shelf. Next job is to sort out these cupboards because I've still got my old resin moulds in. Things that I don't use anymore at all. But I could probably put, to be fair, I could probably put my paperwork in there. But I also need things for shelves like this. This is all my clay, all my cutters and my different colours. That's my son's sensory toys for when we do work. But I think having cross stitch one side of the room, diamond painting the other side of the room, and obviously my labels and stuff will help, because if I ever need extra space when I'm doing clay, for say like the magnets and stuff, I can still use this desk. It just means it's not cluttered and there's not loads of rubbish in the way. So I'm happy with that. Still kept the little froggies, they're still keeping guard. Yeah, I'm happy. Outside is miserable. Raining all day. So it's the 11th of December and I have finally figured out how to use my laptop with my camera. So what that means is I can make better videos, because at the minute I'm using my phone to edit and upload from the camera, so I send everything from the camera to the phone, and I've finally figured out how to connect it properly and found some fairly decent editing software for the laptop, because the laptop's quite old, and obviously I do the homeschooling and everything on it at the minute as well. It's got a lot on it. It's got all my cross stitch charts and everything that I make for the Etsy shop as well, so I didn't think that it would be able to cope with editing videos as well. I tried to buy a really good editing software before, and the laptop could not power it. It was not strong enough, but I found a cheaper editing software that's simple enough that I can actually do it. But what that means is, with the Stitch With Me, is because the audio isn't that great at the minute, because I don't have a really good mic, that means that I can now record the Stitch With Me and then do the voiceover from the editing software, and the mic coming out of the laptop doesn't actually sound that bad. I just did a test one, and it's not actually that bad. So fingers crossed for now, until I get a better laptop, this will work, and that will save me so much time, because when I upload from the camera to my phone to go into editing, I can't touch the phone, and sometimes that can take hours, so no one can get hold of me. I can't do anything to the shop or anything on the groups or talk to anybody that's tried to ring me or message me, because the minute I touch the phone it all gets cancelled. So this is actually really good for me, and I'm really happy that I've finally figured it out. So it is Thursday the 14th of December. Today I get my new laptop. I ended up having to order a new one 2 days ago. I think it was when I last came on here and I said about finding a software on the laptop and figuring out how to connect the camera and all that type of stuff to the laptop. Anyway, it turns out that my old laptop only had like 50 gigabytes of storage, absolutely abysmal, and the video that I did another Stitch With Me. That video alone was 22 gigabytes, so there's no way, even if I'd have shortened that one down, there's no way that I can use that laptop long term to film on. And I knew at some point I would need a new laptop anyway. It's just I was hoping I could wait until I was earning money from YouTube, because at the minute obviously the YouTube channel's not monetized at all, and I was kind of hoping that I could gradually save up for the laptop. But in the end I just thought, you know what, I need the laptop, I need it for more than just YouTube, so I have ordered one. It was expensive, but it is something that's needed. That laptop is purely going to just be for YouTube and my personal things, so it's not going to be for homeschooling. It's going to be just for work, like Etsy and YouTube, and that's it. But the good thing about doing it that way is that I can now record things like Stitch With Me's every week, and I can do the filming whenever I feel like it, with whatever noise is going on in the background. And then when I do have a bit of quiet time, probably at night time, I will come and sit in here and do the voiceover, and that just enables me to work around the kids and the noisy house. My son actually stops homeschooling tomorrow on the Friday. He's supposed to be going to the farm, so we've rearranged the whole farm thing with him, and he has agreed to go once a week instead of twice a week on a Friday. But he's been really unwell for the last 2 weeks, the same as me. I'm still ill, and it's actually really starting to bug me that we're all still sick. This is the end of week 2 since I got sick, and I'm still stuffed up, I'm still coughing. I can breathe a little bit better than I did, and I don't feel so sick, but yesterday I felt like I wanted to vomit. This illness has been horrible. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's another variant of COVID or if I even had COVID, but I didn't lose any taste or sense of smell or anything like that, so I honestly don't know what it is. But he is still fast asleep. I got him out of bed, the youngest one. The middle one has gone to school,
and I got the youngest one out of bed, and he's fallen back to sleep on the sofa, so he's obviously still not well. So tomorrow he might miss the last day of the farm before they break up for term time. Because at the minute I really don't like the idea of sending him out to the farm where he's going to be outside most of the day while he's sick. So he might not go for the last one. But while he's asleep, I have tried to wake him up twice, no, actually more than twice, and he's just not having any of it. So I think I might just sit here and diamond paint. I am so behind in my diamond paint, and I will show you it. So we're on week 7 of Stash Busters now. So this means I've been doing this kit for 7 weeks, and I've still got all of this to go. I mean, I can see the end of the canvas now, or the side, because I'm working sideways, but I've still got so much to go. I did just film a very, very small whip and chat so I can put up to keep people updated on what I'm doing with this this section here, because I haven't really done a whip and chat for a long time. But as I said, I've recorded it, and then I'll do the voiceover later. So while he's asleep, I think I'm just going to sit here and do some of this. I was thinking of unboxing that diamond painting there from Dreamers Designs, but I think I might wait and get the whip and chat up first and then do that, just to keep people updated on what I'm up to. I don't know, but yeah, I'm just going to sit here and do this now. So it's Friday the 15th of December, and I plan on getting all of my spare floss into these boxes, these photo boxes, but I do have a bit of a problem where the envelopes I've bought are way too big. So I think what I might do for now is perhaps separate these 4, so divide the DMC codes up between these 4 and then just place them in these envelopes for now until I can find some shorter ones, and because I want them like to stand up in the box and go backwards so it's easier to organise. But at the minute, I know that isn't going to happen, but I just want to get them out of here because I need to see if I've got any spare floss for the Tomb Raider cross stitch pattern that I want to do for the Stitch With Me's. So I think I will do that today, go through all of these. I'm pretty sure most of this is CXC thread anyway, so it should all match. I always order CXC thread if I can help it, if the floss is available, so it should all match. Okay, so basically what I'm doing for now is literally just putting them in here with big letters on, big numbers, so I'm able to see them quickly. But I want to show you the reason why I want them off the bobbins. Look how jaggedy it makes the thread go, or the floss, just by being round these. It leaves like indents all in the floss, and because I like to use the plastic, let's see if I've actually started kitting up the Tomb Raider one. Because I like to use these so they're nice and straight, it really bugs me when they're like this, because it does affect the stitching. They knot a lot faster when they're like this, so this is the main reason why I want them in here. So for now, I am quite happy with that. It's easy to see. I'm doing the first box 372, and then obviously I've split the numbers up, so it should work out quite fine, just for now. And then eventually I would like to get some shorter envelopes so they all sit up like that, and then I can just flick through them. But this is going to come in handy for all of my projects, because I always buy all of the floss for every new start when I know that I've got it here, and I always forget to check here first. Just look at the state of that. Look how jaggedy the floss is, and this happens more often with DMC thread than it does these CXC threads here, so I'm pretty sure this would have been a DMC thread just because I've already cut it as well. It was on the bobbin already cut up, so I must have used this for a project, and this had been the leftover DMC. But it tends to go like this more with DMC thread too. So this is all I'm doing, just making it into a little knot, and then placing it in the envelope, and then when I need it I will just literally undo it from there. It's basically the same as being on them thread organisers without being on the thread organiser. But yeah, look at the state of that floss compared to these. These are nice and straight. Now look at that one. It's going to knot when I use this. I know it is. So, two things. One, Heaven and Earth Designs have brought out a stitch along, and I have to do it. So I have already ordered the chart, but it doesn't come out until the 1st of January, I believe. They don't email it to you until the 1st. I'll show you the one that I picked, and basically you have until next year, I think, from the 1st of January to sometime in December 2024, you have that amount of time to finish 4 pages, I believe. I think it's 4 full coverage pages of the chart, and if you do, you get all 10 charts, I believe, that you had the options of picking for the stitch along. I'm not too fussed about that, which I probably will finish 4 pages anyway in a year, because it's quite a small cross stitch pattern compared to what they usually do. The one I picked was Astrology Cap, so I'll put that here, and it's 300 wide by 250 long or something like that. So that's one thing, so that's another start already before the year's even over. And then the second thing is I actually feel like doing an impromptu 24 hours of cross stitch while everybody's off just before Christmas. So I think I'm going to end the vlog with the 24-hour cross stitch. I'm going to end the vlog with the 24-hour impromptu cross stitch challenge, just for myself. And what I'll do is I'll take a picture every hour of my progress. I don't know when to start it. I'll probably start it Monday because it's Saturday today, and tomorrow I think I'm going shopping for my Christmas food, so I think I'll start it Monday, and then I'll do it from Monday to Wednesday. So it would be like how it normally would be on a weekend, except it'll be Monday to Wednesday. So I'll end the vlog here, other than the pictures that you're going to see. So I hope you've enjoyed this really long vlog, and I hope you have a really good Christmas. And here's to 2024. Let's hope it's a better year. To be fair, this year's not been too bad for me, considering 2022 was horrendous. But there has been a few things that have gone bad. I lost my granddad this year, and my nan's dog passed away like last week. They're the only really bad things that I can think of that have gone wrong. So I am grateful that I have had a really good year, and I hope that everybody watching this has had a good year as well. And I will see you all in 2024. Bye.